Welcome again. So I hope you had a very good weekend. So let's talk about Bitcoin. As you can see here, Bitcoin, remember last week I said to you here, exactly here, is not actually the area to buy. Actually, this is the area to start selling, potentially shorts. In my case, I added more shorts to my position. And also I added opened a new short here around $117,000, 119, 116, 980, something like that. And of course the projection was like this, right? So because only 3% from the MA55, usually this is just a fake out. And as you can see here, we have in this moment, last week actually, a bearish divergence in BSA OBB. So this is telling me, well, basically the volume was not very good. So that's why this was a projection. And now what happened after, well, a few days, right? 3 or 4 days. And as you can see here, Bitcoin actually is dropping. Now, of course, you can say, well, Bitcoin is potentially a pullback to keep maybe bouncing here, something like this, a pullback here to keep bouncing. I don't think so, actually, at least not for now. Of course, Bitcoin is doing very well as long as it's holding the MA100, $112,000 for maybe another 5 days. Potentially, yes, we can start talking about maybe another test to maybe 117.18, potentially yes. But I am still in short. I open a short here, as I said before, 117k, and I'm in short here. I didn't close my position. I'm still in short because I am in this swing short. So let me show you something else. If we see here Bitcoin is sideways, right? Of course, maybe in 5 days, I will just close my position and I will be ready to open another long position, looking for maybe another test to 117.18 and potentially a break to 120, potentially. But right now, Bitcoin is actually, this short is doing very, very well, actually. I'm very happy with my short. And of course, where is actually the support? The real support for Bitcoin here right now is not actually this area, it's actually this area of confluence here, using just price action here between $108,000 $107,000, around there, 106. If Bitcoin breaks this area, game over, and you will see a massive crash all the way down to 94. So $107,000 $108,000 is extremely important for Bitcoin, because if we see Bitcoin actually first of all testing here, well, it's gonna be a problem. If you're bullish, you don't want to see Bitcoin breaking 112. It's very simple. You don't want to see Bitcoin breaking 112. If Bitcoin breaks 112, next target $107,000, and that is the last hope. If Bitcoin breaks this level, downtrend, and actually a major correction, weekly correction, all the way down to 94. And I can tell you something: if we see 94, there is a very high chance Bitcoin will not hold this area, and we will see a major downtrend in higher time frames. So that's why it's very important for Bitcoin to hold, first of all, very bullish, 112. Second opportunity, last hope, is actually $108,000. Now, let me continue with the 4-hour chart. Let me show you here. In 4-hour chart, I am in short. I didn't open any longs. I am still in short from 117. Okay, so first of all here, as you can see here, textbook entry, right? Textbook entry here, ADX negative here, 112 to 113. Only just $1,000, $1,500 pump. It's not the best setup for me. I'm gonna say that's why I was not interested, especially because the volume is just in downtrend, as you can see here, right? It's in downtrend. So I knew this move potentially is just a normal bounce, right? But overall, in 4-hour chart, when we see the sell signal here, of course, we can expect another leg down. And this leg down is actually, we have to pay attention, because $112,000 must hold. If this area is broken, well, you will see $108,000 very, very fast, and even lower actually the price. Now let's talk about something else. Let me show you something interesting. The 2-day chart. 2-day chart is very interesting because the time is almost over as well in this time frame. As you can see here, in this time frame, Bitcoin, we have the buy signal in September, in the first week of September here. And this bounce, it was just a joke. I mean, for today's chart, it's a joke, right? So as you can see here, Bitcoin got rejected here, and now we will see a sell signal here very soon into the chart, potentially this week. So any close below 112 is gonna be the trigger also in this chart, in this time frame, to see another leg down, as I said before, 106, $108,000. Honestly, I am looking for this move to the downside. Yeah, I am looking for actually a major correction. That's why well, if you're in the investing channel, you know I opened a short position I think 1 month ago. My position in short is around $120,000 500. I am in short, weekly short, and now I added more to my short, and also I created a neutral short in $117,000. Of course, I manage my risk, right? I protected my entries. If Bitcoin just pumped to the moon, I would not lose anything. Remember, risk management is the most important thing in trading. Yeah, no more. It's not actually how much money you can make. It's actually how much money you can actually protect, right? You have to protect yourself from the markets as much as you can. So, well, as you can see, it's very obvious. 112 is the area to break, and there is a very high chance to see Bitcoin. I think maybe today, tomorrow, we could see the move to the downside. Let me show you something else. Let me show you weekly chart. Let's talk about the weekly chart because actually it's very interesting here. If we see here Bitcoin, pay attention of this. OBB is making a new low. Okay, this is not good. OBB is trending to the downside, making new low. So what I'm trying to say here is there is a very high chance to see continuation even next week to 107, and potentially, because we're talking a weekly chart, the only area for me is actually important is $94,000 around here, where is the MA55. Now, my concern about this move is if you see, let me show you here. In 2024, Bitcoin tested the MA55, and from there we saw 100%, and now again MA55, and now 50%. You see, half. And now here we see another test. Potentially, we could see maybe 20%, another leg up potentially, or the point here is actually this move is getting weaker and weaker. So if we see another test, potentially this time is not gonna hold, and we could see another leg down to maybe 85. But actually, based on volume profile, there is nothing to support this area. This area is not very strong support. So the next area is this one, 66. So that's why actually I'm very bullish to the downside. I'm looking for corrections. That's my point. Okay. I'm gonna continue with the comments. Let's see. Bill, thank you for joining. Thank you. You are correct. Let me see. Peak in December 2024. December 2024. December. Yep. Yeah. Correct, Bill. Correct. We have a very strong Vegas divergence, the same setup as 2021. Yeah, I've been telling this since long time ago. Maybe you were not here in the live streams, but yes, this is a textbook sell signal. One of the strongest signal, actually the strongest signals on my system of trading. We have exactly the same setup as 2021 right now. Yeah, so there is no other direction for me just to say it's like this. Okay. If we compare this price action with what happened in 2021, it's exactly the same thing. The same thing. Actually, even worse, because I will explain why. But let me show you here. We have this price action here. We have the better variance as well here. And also, not just only that, we have also the momentum here in curve to the downside. So after that, Bitcoin, when finally we got the confirmation, Bitcoin crashed around 76%. Yeah. So we have exactly the same scenario right now, but even worse, because now not just only weekly chart, we have the monthly showing the same symptoms, the same weekly, monthly better divergence in OBB, and also in momentum. So that's actually very concerning for me. Well, as an investor, I'm very happy because I will have a very good chance to buy Bitcoin and crypto again in 2026. But if you are bullish right now and you bought Bitcoin 100K because you think Bitcoin will hit 1 million, that is going to be a problem. So, the second thing for me is very concerned about Bitcoin right now. If you compare this rally from 2021, right, it was quite decent, right? And now here, if you compare the rally from 2022 and 2025, it's a joke, right? There is no volume here. Actually, if you notice here in OBB, every rally Bitcoin is losing volume and volume and volume. So it's very normal when you see this uptrend here. Bitcoin. Let me tell you something. If you are new here in this live stream, Bitcoin has never been in a bear market. Bitcoin doesn't know what is a bear market. So what you're talking about? The crash? No. All the crashes we saw in the past, all of them, they were just weekly corrections. Let me show you the monthly chart. They were just normal weekly corrections, where the target always has been the MA55, exponential moving average 55. So this crash, this one, and this one, they were just weekly corrections. Okay, as you can see here, Bitcoin doesn't know what is an actual bear market. Yeah, the fact is Bitcoin is an uptrend and the trend is your friend. So you must be happy because Bitcoin actually did very well in this bull run. We have the distance between the MA55, right, is this one, to here is 97%. Actually is very good. Why? Because in average Bitcoin is crashing 75%. So the bottom of Bitcoin, it is following this kind of patterns. Still, the bottom should be around between maybe $55,000-$60,000 potentially. Yeah. But something I have to tell you, Bitcoin is also losing momentum over the time. You see, since 2017, every time when the Bitcoin is pumping, it's actually pumping less and less and less, and the volume is decreasing. And not just only that, we have multiple various variances in OBB. So what it is telling me is, what if, right? If actually the various variances we have now in monthly, because we didn't have, this is a new scenario. This is something we have never seen for Bitcoin right now. We have for first time since 2022, Bitcoin is building multiple various variances in monthly. My question is, and that is something I don't know. I cannot tell you. I don't know. But if we weekly chart with weekly various variances, Bitcoin crashed 75%, what could happen if actually the various variance in the monthly is real? Of course, I'm talking maybe the next 2-3 years. So this one, the various variance here in weekly chart was 80% and 80%, 75%. It's just a question. If the monthly various variance is actually real, this one is going to be real, what is a number for you? 90%? 90%? 90%, that means Bitcoin will hit $10,000. You see? 5% more than the average weekly crash, $17,000. You see? When you think, well, Bitcoin is going to crash maybe in weekly chart, maybe 80%, and monthly, maybe 90%, only 10% difference. But as you can see here, it's a huge number. 75% Bitcoin right now, it should be around 30K. And honestly, that is my target for when the bear market comes. But if the monthly bearish variance is real, we need to get ready for the potential scenario, right? Because I don't know. We have never seen this scenario before. We don't have this scenario. I don't have the data. But typically, the bigger the signal in... Sorry, let me rephrase this. The higher the time frame you see and the signal is there, is the stronger. So 80%? Okay, 80%. 22K, not bad. But what happened in maybe 90%? 90%, okay, 90%. 90%, we're talking about $10,000. You see? You see? Major crash from 120 to 10,000? Sounds crazy, right? Yes, but maybe for you it's not possible. But from people who are here in this live stream and they were maybe they entered in the crypto space before 2018 or not 2021, 2018. Do you remember Ethereum 96% crash, right? Cardano 97% crash. Mostly all the altcoins in that time and crash around more than 90%. So it's possible. It's possible. Please just open your mind for the possibilities. The question here is like, if you are making profits right now in this bull market, the most important thing here is how to exit properly. How are you gonna follow news, my system, whatever? But you need to build a system or something, a plan to help you to exit on time, and when the market crash, you don't get trapped. That's the point. Right now for me, what I'm doing here is very simple. The only reason why Bitcoin is pumping is because still the ADX is positive here in monthly. It's the first time in the history of this chart we have this set up. So, but when the moment the ADX is negative here, so that means Bitcoin should take the monthly high, the previous monthly low. If, for example, in this month Bitcoin breaks $107,000, and you will see a red candle here, we will see the ADX slope negative here. That is the moment is gonna be the trigger, and of course the first target is gonna be 60K in the long term, 1 year. But that is gonna be my question: is actually the target here? Is gonna be here? This one is gonna be enough? Like, because historically speaking, this the MA55 has been the area to buy, right? Historically speaking, I'm not gonna be wrong. I will buy there. If we see Bitcoin here at 50K, I will buy here, of course. But if Bitcoin crash more, I will keep buying more. Yeah. Below 50K is when we want to buy as investors. You can apply DCA, whatever you want, but below 50K is the area to buy. Between 60, 55K to whatever price, $10,000, whatever, who knows, is the area to buy. We don't buy, at least in my case, I don't buy a 100K, please. Seriously. So that's why open your mind. Just think about it, because I'm talking about long term, right? Long term, monthly, couple years, 2027. Yeah. Okay, now let's continue with the 5-day chart. Let me show you here higher time frames as well. This guy is actually showing something very interesting. He's gonna cross the settle line here. I have to say it. Is looking in price action is looking good, but in volume, no, this is actually bad. So what I'm trying to say is there is a very high chance to see Bitcoin, yes, in this time frame testing $105,000, $106,000, kind of like that. So please, if you are investing right now or you are making profits in crypto, congratulations. But the thing here is you need to open your mind for the possibilities, right? Follow a plan. Don't be too greedy, don't be too emotional, and just take profits when the time comes, right? Please. Okay, now let's continue with USD dominance. USD dominance, I am very bullish here. Very, very bullish. And because I am very bullish with USDT, I am technically bearish with Bitcoin. Yeah. This is like this. Okay, this is like this. Let me show you beautiful buy signal here. We have two bullish divergences here in BSA OBB, and not just only that. As you can see here, we have this kind of trend here. It was forming here, and as you can see, OBB here is breaking. Well, not breaking, but testing the previous high here. If we see this area broken, formally broken, maybe this week or this month, and a spike, is when you will see actually this thing keep pumping to maybe 5%. And if we see monthly, it's very interesting. Monthly is in consolidation. Yeah, this, my friend, is consolidation. This is like this. Okay, is consolidation. Okay, there is no asset like actually testing the MA55. I will enter in short here. No. Every time when I see an asset testing the MA55 and consolidating around the MA55, or even between MA55 and 100, I will not short there. Actually, I'm looking for longs. And as you can see here, in the following months, we will have a buy signal here. And this one, my friend, I think is going to be very strong signal. Why? Because the volume, look at the volume. The volume is telling you, investors, smart money, they are selling this price. They are actually selling. Yeah, they are selling not just Bitcoin, also altcoins at the same time. People with a lot of money, I don't know, institutions, whatever, they are actually taking profits. And I suggest, I am a financial advisor, but you should do the same thing, right? We have to play the same game. That's the point. We need to play the same game as actually the big players. Okay. So now let's continue with some altcoins. Some altcoins, and after I'm going to continue with the stock market. Let me tell you something. I'm going to start talking very often about the stock market. I'm going to switch. I'm going to start covering here. And also I'm going to start actively trading the stock market as well. 1 day chart above, not 4 hour chart, please. At least not for me. Okay, because volatility in the stock market is a joke. So that's why we have to wait for maybe even more time to see results. But yeah. Stock market is going to be part of this live stream. Yeah, you are interested also in the stock market and currencies. This is actually the channel for you if you want to learn with, of course, TA, no news. No, I don't care the news. Okay, so let's continue with Ethereum because, well, Ethereum. Remember what I said to you. Usually, typically, this area is Ethereum is getting for a pullback. You see. And now we have a sell signal, ADX getting negative. Beautiful, textbook sell. This is a textbook sell signal where the target should be, the first one is going to be $3,500. The next one, my target, 2,700, 800, around there. So the middle of this, the middle of this one. But that is not my concern. That the problem with this chart with Ethereum is not the weekly chart. It's actually the monthly. Why? Because we have a wonderful, beautiful various divergence forming in the monthly. Oh my God, this is wonderful. So, as you can see here, we have a new high here in the price, right? A higher high here. Ethereum, this was the resistance, right? Ethereum actually went higher right here. But as you can see here, we have a higher low here in momentum. So next month, we will have a sell signal here in Ethereum where the target of course is going to be the bottom of the range, $2,000. Of course, because it's the monthly, I'm talking about maybe in 1 year, 6 months. Yeah, kind of. But weekly chart, we have also the same, this beautiful sell opportunity right now here. Remember, I am not a financial advisor. If you don't believe me, it's fine. You can hold Ethereum and to 20K, right? According to many YouTubers, right? Okay, so now let's continue with, for example, XRP. XRP, same thing. Remember, a sell signal in the weekly chart. I show you here. We have we have a formal sell signal right now. Volume making new lows here. So looking for another test to maybe $2. Remember, $2 is broken. Bye-bye. BNB. Let's talk about BNB. BNB is the only altcoin actually for me is looking very strong right now. Volume is very healthy. Momentum is very healthy. Just wait for the pullbacks. In 1 day chart, we have a sell signal right now here. So sideways here, sideways pullback, but follow the trend. The trend is your friend until the end. Volume is very healthy. Remember, most of the altcoins, they follow Bitcoin. There are some exceptions. I think BNB is one of the exceptions. So I think it's going to continue pumping. So that's why just be careful here with your positions here, because if Bitcoin just crashed $10,000 in 1 day, well, that is going to be a big problem for all the market. Remember, in my case, right, I don't trade in futures altcoins. Only just I did it with Ethereum last week because the entry was very obvious. But I don't do that because by default, altcoins, they are at least 3x more volatile than Bitcoin. That's why when you trade futures, it's super risky to trade with altcoins because the probability to get wrecked is actually very high. Okay, now let's continue. Let's continue with Bitcoin dominance because well, the altcoin season is here. No, 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 no. This was just a pullback. Please, please, stop. I'm not saying you have to follow me. No, of course I have many mistakes. I am a human, right? But I really hate when many YouTubers, especially on X, oh yeah, the alt season is coming. What? The alt season is not cancelled. It's just delayed. Oh, it's a stupid phrase, and all the YouTubers, and they are just copying and pasting the same picture and the same message. I don't know. I think it's just one guy just with multiple accounts, whatever. The thing is, like, we have here a textbook buy signal forming right now. ADX negative, volume momentum is gonna fire a buy signal very soon. And as I said before, we have here the volume profile here, and there is no other direction like this. Okay, I am not calling for new all-time high. I am telling you your altcoin season is over. Yeah. Okay, now let's continue with more. Someone asked me for Trump. Seriously, man, this is just a joke. Be careful these kind of things, okay? I don't care if this guy is very important. The thing is, the chart is just sucks. The chart is terrible. Yeah, it's terrible, terrible. Look at this. I mean, don't get me wrong. No? This thing one day is gonna pump very hard like Shiba Inu, but it's more like gambling. It's up to you. Okay, now let's continue with more. Someone asked me for hype. Hype is actually having a sell signal here in one day chart. Follow, and this is the area. You're bullish here. Follow the trend. The trend is your friend, and the trend is like this. Okay, is the M55 testing here the volume profile here. Of course, if hype breaks this area, you will see a sell-off to 36, 37. Yeah, but right now here, I am waiting. Of course, I am not trading here. Just the thing is, you have to wait for the buy signal here, and as long as it's holding 44, 45, everything should be fine. Okay, now Monero. Let's talk about Monero. Monero in weekly chart. Let me see. I'm looking for 240, 200, but yeah, this thing is actually doing well. It's forming a trend. Okay, now I think that's all for altcoins. I think Cardano is actually looking very bad. No, I don't like it. We will see a sell signal very soon. Weekly chart, you see, ADX getting slope is getting negative. Momentum is gonna fire a sell signal. No volume, looking for 0.60 and also 0.40 again potentially. I think that's all. That's all for Bitcoin. Let's continue. Solana. Let's talk about Solana. Same. All the market we will see a correction this month, October, November, and maybe potentially December. So ADX negative here. Sell signal is actually about to fire. Low volatility. Be careful with Solana because Solana actually could hit maybe 150 again. Yeah. Okay. Now let's continue with the stock market. Let's talk about the stock market. If you have any requests, just let me know in the comments. Okay, first of all, SP500. Let me see. New time highs is bullish. Volume is bullish. No shorts. Okay, no shorts. This is no shorts. Okay, one day chart. Wait for the pullback. Close to the MI55, 6,450 around there, and continuation to the upside. Okay, let's talk about let's see, for example, AMD. AMD is one of the coins, the stock actually I bought a couple months ago. I bought at 83 and I closed my position at 140, 42, 40, 45. And as you can see, it's testing the resistance as expected. Remember, I said to you, hey, I am looking for in the long term this area to be tested. As you can see, the trade was here to here, right? Textbook trade. You see, this actually was very obvious. That's why I love the stock market. At least I don't want to start bragging about this, but I think trading a lot Bitcoin for me, I got used to trade. I mean, for me now it's easy to handle the volatility of Bitcoin, right, is very, very high. So when I see the stock market is a joke and it's very predictable because you have plenty of time to study better the chart. Yeah, because the stock market is not moving that fast. So you have plenty of time. With Bitcoin, you have to react faster. But actually, this one is very, very simple. Very simple. You have, for example, we had the buy signal here in April, and you had like maybe 2 weeks to actually decide if you want to enter or not. For Bitcoin, usually it's just maybe 1 day or two, and if you miss the opportunity, you miss it. It's very simple here. Not taking profit. Here is taking profits. Here, actually, here and here. No, thank you. No longs. No, nothing. Okay, let's talk about Baba. Baba hit my target after almost 7 months. As you can see here, was my long-term target around 200. Very nice. In my case, I bought at 73, and I sold at 120. And since then, I stopped buying. I didn't buy. I forgot to buy more, but it's fine. Now let's continue with Adobe. Adobe, this is my new baby right now. I am very bullish here. Bullish variance in OBB, and momentum. So there is a very strong possibility to see Adobe in the following months around 490. I'm talking about a potential profit of 40%. Let me show you Meta. Meta is actually, well, what I can say, is bullish. No volume, whatever, but the point here is just go to the 1 day chart and wait for the pullback. And when you see the pullback, just follow the trend. It's very simple. Let's talk about Nvidia. Nvidia is about to, is actually, we have a sell signal here in Nvidia. We have a better appearance here. Honestly, I would like to see a decent correction for Nvidia. Looking for 150, 140, yes. That is the area I would like to buy. This yellow box is the area I would like to buy Nvidia. But well, it's something what I want, but I cannot control the markets, right? So I need to wait. As you can see here, we have sell signal also in the monthly. So hopefully we could see actually something interesting here. I would like to see Nvidia 140. Oracle, very interesting here. Very, very, very nice pump here. Very nice pump. This thing is going to continue pumping. So wait for the pullback, and after that, continuation. Okay, now let's talk about gold. Gold is very concerning. Very concerning. As you can see here, gold is going to keep pumping. My target right now is 4,000. 4,000, even more. Why 4,000? Well, I don't have the evidence to say 4,000 is important, but something I have is the volume. Volume is broke the previous high of 2025 in April. Yeah, April 2025. So there is no better variance. Even if we have a better variance in momentum, our lead indicator is the volume, not the momentum. So there is a very high probability the momentum, this signal it could be a fake signal. So that's why if you are holding gold, first of all, I am not financial advisor, but there is a very holding gold, you will make profits. Yeah. So the only way I could just close my position, I don't have any closer. I could close a position for gold is I see actually a better variance forming here in OBB, but we don't have it. So that's why there is no reason to close positions right now for gold. So on just only one thing, historically speaking, every time when you see this in gold is because something is terrible. Something terrible is about to happen in the markets. I don't want to scare you, right? But if you check the charts, the last time, I'm telling you this because, oh my God, people always love to think in the short term, right? But they never see, actually, many people, they don't know even what they are going to do next week, right? But last time when, just pay attention here, gold was in sideways since the 84, and broke this resistance in the crash of 2020 in 2008. You see this massive block here, sideways almost, oh my God, like 3 years range. And in the crash of 2008, gold broke the resistance, and only in since 2008 to 2011, only in what 5 years, 5 years, gold just pump 280%. You see, 40 years, 30 years in consolidation, and only in 4 years broke this level. My point is, around this area is not exact, right? We have the crash here in 2008, around there. And now gold is inside. It was in sideways. All this area was in sideways since 2011 to 2025. Yeah. And now we have the breakout. The breakout was last year. So gold is about to repeat this kind of the same pattern. Well, another 5 years. So it's around 2029. It's gonna stop crashing. Maybe potentially it's gonna hit around $8,000 potentially in the next 5 years. Sounds crazy, I know, but I'm showing you the data. That's all. The only thing is missing is the crash. So if that is real, the only thing is missing around here in some point. We I don't know when, but I don't know. But we could face a major crash again, like 2008. Potentially, yeah. The rule is very simple. Any finance you read about finance, books about finance, you will understand. Like in general, is when the institutions, people with a lot of money, when they are scared about the markets, they tend to buy gold. Reserve, right, to defend themselves. So because they are expecting something terrible. So that's why I am a little bit worried about this, because that means all the bullish things we have right now in the markets, they are too bullish, right? They are looking bullish. I don't see signals right now of a major crash, but potentially in the following years, maybe in a couple years, we could start actually thinking like we will face potentially a major correction, especially in Nvidia. Like for me, it's a massive bubble, the AI stuff. Believe me, I am using AI because, of course, I build software, and no, it's not gonna replace us. No. If you feel like it's gonna replace you, it's because you don't know about software development. Sorry. Well, sorry, this is not the topic. But yeah, the thing is, let's continue with. Sorry. Oh my God. Okay, let's continue with the currencies. Okay, so let's talk about Venezuela. Sorry, Japan. Sorry, Venezuela. No, sorry, Japan. 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 Oh my God, this thing is in sideways low volatility here. Sell signal. I am very bullish here because the monthly. Oh my God, this is scary. I'm living in Japan. This is scary. This is consolidation. This is a consolidation, continuation to the upside. This thing is getting ready for a breakout. 160 is gonna be broken potentially next year, in a couple years, and if that happen, oh my God, we have to change the name of Japan to Venezuela too. Yeah, this is gonna be the area. My God, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, what I can say. I don't know. Okay. So let's go back to. I think I don't have anything to say here for the currencies. It's the same thing. Volatility is very low. So let's go back to Bitcoin and let's see if you wanna trade in 1 hour chart. What we can find. Remember, I don't trade 1 hour chart. Please don't do that. It's just wasting time. The reason, technically speaking, why Bitcoin bounced here from $111,000 to 113 is because, of course, we had a bullish divergence here, not just in momentum, and also in curve, in volume and momentum, as you can see here, right? So that's why it was always the target is around the MA55 here. So from here to here, and now the target is done. There is no entry right now. There is no entry. So that's why the best trade sometimes is Netflix. I mean, just watch a movie. There is no entry right now in the market. That's my point. Yeah. For our chart, nope. Wait for the next buy signal and potential new lows. For me, looking for the next trade, I mean, worth it, like high quality trade, the only place for me is two scenarios. Bitcoin is holding here all the week, this area 112, and is building a buy signal here potentially. That is the first scenario. The second scenario is Bitcoin drops all the way to $107,000, and from here we could see a bounce. That is the only one. Yeah. Okay, so let's continue. Let's see the comments. Simon, thank you. Welcome. Let's talk. Okay. Sure. What is that? Let me see. RD. Okay. It's a stock market, right? So let me just change here. Stock market. RDW. Okay, so you are asking me for weekly chart and monthly. Okay, weekly chart, I think you're an investor, right? So let's see. Interesting. Be careful here, because there is no volume. Okay, the biggest difference between this move and this move is the volume. Pay attention. The volume is a leading indicator, not the momentum. Okay, momentum of course is helpful, but it's helpful. You have to see the volume. Many YouTubers, many crypto YouTubers, many people who are actually trading online and they have a YouTube channel, most of them, their goal is selling you a course or scamming you, whatever. In this channel, I cannot call myself, I don't want to call myself a YouTuber, because that is not my intention. My intention is, I show you my system of trading. It's up to you. You want to learn, you want to support this channel, perfect. Thank you. Yeah, it's not free. Yeah, because I spent 7 years doing this, right? But the point here, my system is not the best, but it works. So that's why. Remember this. Volume is the leading indicator. Volume, okay? Not your rectangle, not your triangle, not your rainbow, whatever the pattern. No. Volume, okay? Now, we will see a buy signal very soon in momentum, right? But there is no volume. Yeah, it's trending to the downside. So if you want to open a long position here, or you want to buy here, technically speaking, you are right, because this is a support. But because there is no volume, there is a very high probability you could see just sideways, choppy market here, no moves. Or if you see a bounce here, it's going to be very weak, and because there is no volume, you could see a rejection. So that's why be careful with these kind of signals when you don't have volume to support them. Okay. Yep. Now let's talk about the monthly. Maybe the month is looking better. Monthly, no, thank you. Sell signal ADX negative here. The only reason to buy this thing is not now. I mean, the only reason, if I had to buy this thing, is not today. It's gonna be maybe in 3-4 months. Timing is extremely important. Is this in support? Check. Okay, this in support. Perfect. Is holding? Yes. Perfect. Do we have a buy signal? No, we don't have a buy signal here. So if you want to buy this thing, you have to wait for maybe at least 3-4 months, right? Maybe next year. And when you see the curve, the momentum is developing like this, and this thing is just holding, building a strong consolidation area, and here in the future, yes, you can start thinking to buy. You see, that is the way. Yeah, that is the way. Timing, volume, momentum, and you have to be very patient. Okay. Now let's continue. What is okay? What is what? This one. Okay, Simon. Always you ask me for stocks like they are super weird. Okay, the names are super weird. Okay, one day weekly. Okay, one day. Wait for the pullback. ADX negative here. ADX negative here. Momentum. Volume is very healthy. So No shorts. Just wait for the pullback, and the trend is your friend. Okay, no shorts. Now weekly chart. Weekly chart here. Interesting. You see, I got another good example. We have technically a better variance in momentum, right? Volume is very healthy in BSA, and also volume in OBB is breaking the previous high. Short? No. Wait for the pullback, because this signal actually is there is a very high chance to see the signal. Well, it's a fake signal. That's my point. Yeah. You cannot trust 100% the momentum when the volume is actually telling you opposite things. Volume is the lead indicator. Okay. So wait for the pullback. And now let's talk about the monthly. Monthly here. Monthly is different. Monthly is actually not very good, because this thing right now is pumping here from 65 to 160, but now in the monthly we have a better variance, not just only in momentum, right? We will have a better variance here. Also, we have here in volume, this high is making a new high here in price, but lower high in volume and momentum. And not just only that, in BSA, all the candles, all the bars here are orange. Orange, brown means people here, institutions, they are selling. They are selling instead of buying. Okay, careful here in the monthly. Long term, I think it's not as smart holding this thing. Okay, now I think that's all, guys. That's all. Let's continue. I think that's all for today. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Thank you for joining. Recap for Bitcoin. Let me show you Bitcoin here in 1-day chart. Okay, 1-day chart. If you are bullish here, you don't want to see Bitcoin breaking 112,000 dollars is a key level. If Bitcoin breaks this level, the next target should be $108,000. Yep. But the odds are very, very low right now. If we see $108,000 tested, there is a very high probability to see Bitcoin at 94K. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. 4 years doing this. 4 years. Wow. Long time. And I cannot reach 1,500 subscribers. Please help me. I want to reach this year 2,000 subscribers, if it's possible. I prefer quality than quantity. I am not looking for a crypto signals group. I am not following that kind of shit. No. Here in this channel, I want to follow. I will keep with my way of thinking. I will keep following this way of thinking. Like, actually, my goal is showing you what is actually in real life trading what is in real life. You have to be very patient, and trading is boring. No Lamborghinis, no Bugattis. Eventually you can do that, yes, but remember, when you see traders and YouTubers doing that kind of things, it's because they are they want to sell you the next shitcoin they have. But real traders, we are boring, because we don't get excited when we make money or we lose money. We just follow the rules. Yeah. That's the reality of trading. Okay. Yeah. I want to reach 2,000 subscribers, please. I will try to be here every day, 11 a.m. Japanese time. Yep, I'm foreigner living here. I moved to Japan around almost 8 years ago. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for your support, and well,